morning. Happy Monday. Today's the 18th. I heard a radio announcer saying, where did the month go? I'm kind of happy though that January is going quickly. Then that gets us closer to February. And in my mind, once you get through February, you've made it through the worst or the longest part of the winter, and that we would be moving towards the light or the spring, that time of renewal. Today's reading is There's No Such Thing as Inaction. And I thought that was very fitting that would come up today because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I was reading it's the only U.S. national holiday devoted to service. I need to read a bit more about the important things he's done. We all know some of the quotes. If you are on Instagram, even just following hashtag Martin Luther King Jr., you'll get some beautiful quotes, and everything he's said publicly resonates and still is timeless, especially at this time in our society with all that's going on. Whatever you are doing right now, even if you are simply relaxing, you're engaged in some form of action. Consider that inaction is actually a type of action, and that each of our actions is a result of our choosing to perform it. For example, whether you are sitting and staring into space or engaged in a focused activity, you have made a choice to do so. So own your actions, all of them. Choosing inaction, especially during COVID, is more valuable than ever before. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I fully engaged in my current action? Instead of thinking about the next action. How might my current activity benefit me? Then, if you find that a particular action doesn't benefit you, try choosing a different action that does. So if you're not, it's sort of like, I remember I read somewhere that once you become an adult, if you're reading a book that you don't really like, you always have the choice to change that book. Why do we feel like we have to finish a book? This isn't school. It's not causing happiness and joy. What's the point? Today, I will pull an animal card quickly, but I wanted to focus on some stretches. I personally have been having some pain in my heel, and I want to walk more, but I was assuming that it was due to thinning collagen of the tissue of the foot and the weight of my body on the foot, and then also hard activities, standing for long periods of time. So I've been standing in Birkenstocks indoors, especially new ones, but then the more I read, I think I may have plantar fasciitis, which means I need to stretch my Achilles more and the calf. And what happens is in your sleep, our foot points down often, especially if you're hypermobile, almost like you're ballet pointing. And instead of our foot being at neutral, which it should be in our sleep, this is the ankle, is the foot, that pointing down action is shortening the back of my foot. So last night in my sleep, I attempted to stay with my foot at a right angle. It was a lot of work. I know you can buy socks to assist with this, and maybe I need to do that. But today I thought I would try a few stretches that I know help that. Also rolling your foot on tennis balls and massage balls, or even if you have a dryer ball. Today I drew the card Porcupine. We don't get that card very often. I can't think of any porcupine poses, but I think it's a really sweet animal. The essence is innocence. Free yourself of guilt and shame. And it's funny, my husband and I were just talking about that yesterday, that I hit this piece in COVID where I lost the feeling that I had to do something of value each day. Now I don't mind if I literally do nothing. Yesterday was a really relaxing, quiet day of nothing. It's exactly what we psychologically needed. What's funny though is the days I do nothing, I feel it in my body. I need to be moving. I did walk to Metro and back. That was almost 10,000 steps. If you totally related, the almond milk that I love is on sale this week. This Happy Planet, I think is what it's called. It's $2.99 at Metro. Stock up. So, Porcupine, see the world through the eyes of a child, trusting your inner mother and father to be there whenever you need them. And maybe even mother and father could be figurative of your spouse, if you believe in God. Protection is available when you need it, so you can feel safe in expressing yourself in all the different ways you've always wanted to. There's boldness and innocence, and no one needs to hide behind. Let's see. Why can't I turn the page? Because we've never had Porcupine before, that's why. Any childhood guilt about perceived misdeeds or be consumed with shame about revealing your true self. You're a gentle soul and you are a gentle soul and have never intentionally harmed somebody. I like that, it's innocence. Release any guilt over your behavior or shame about yourself in this situation. There's no need to feel resentful, victimized, or arrogant towards anyone else either. Be the child of God that you are. In your heart, live in the garden Others may cause you to prickle, but truly most of what they do or say to you is harmless and not a threat. So be joyful and grateful and let everything you do be done with complete abandon. I like that. Give yourself permission to live in abandon the rest of this lockdown. We keep saying we're never going to get this universal pause or time to relax like this ever again. So without further ado, let's come to the mat. I'm going to do one of my traditional classes because I feel like that gives my body what it needs in all corners. Coming to the mat, we'll bring our bum towards our heels and lay the bum or back down. Inchworm the bum close to your heels so that you can get the spine a little bit more stretched. I'm going to take my arms by my side, soft 45, palms open, nails pressing down. So today I want you to keep focusing on the 4 points of your foot. In Pada Bandha, our foot is like a rectangle, and think of a shoebox, equal distribution of weight on all 4 points. I might even lift my toes initially, spread the toes, press the ball of the foot down in the heel, and all 4 points of my actual sole. Then drop the toes. They're active. They don't just flop down, they're also gripping at the mat. We do that same level of activeness with our palms. Even when I'm lying here open in a constructive rest pose, I still want those feet pressing down. When you press your feet down, we talk about interconnectivity of the body and our environment. Can you feel other muscles working and turn on, almost like they've been lit up? So press the ball of the feet and the toes down. Where does the rest of the body need? I instinctively want to engage my lower belly, mid belly, and press my lower back down. And then soften. Let's do that again, but start to add a bit of height to lifting the hip and the pelvis. I've had some great response from you guys about bridge. Feet root down, nails root down, hips rise 2 inches. Stay there. Notice if the thighs want to widen, and you're going to isometrically squeeze them back to center. And tightening everything. I instinctively want to lift my hips higher, but I need to slow it down and listen to my body. Come all the way back down. Release the bum, but don't release that intensity with the feet. Feet root down, glutes squeeze together, thighs squeeze together, lift your hips a little higher, and exhale all the way down. Don't lose this muscular engagement. And the final one we're going to do, you're going to go as high as you want to go. Feet root down, hips rise. I like to roll my shoulders under. Squeeze the inner knees together and lift your chin slightly to the ceiling. We have this beautiful arc in our neck and our lower back. Squeeze, 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 and then release the shoulders. Lower all the way back down. Let's press left foot down so much that the left knee goes slightly forward. Actually take your hands to your hips and release. Right foot presses down and the right knee slightly goes forward. You can't see what's happening in my body, but you should feel it in your own. And release. Left foot presses down, left knee goes slightly forward. So we're kind of going back and forth within our pelvis. Neutral. Right foot presses down, right knee presses forward. There's a bit of a lightness in the right glute. And release. Left foot presses down, left knee forward. Release. Back and forth. And then knees to chest. Rocking side to side as you pull the knees in as deeply as you can. We want to come into double leg wind relieving pose. Think of all the benefits here. And let's point and flex our feet here. That is really important to keep ankle health and mobility in the feet. And that's often why we're in seated, not in seated, in on our knees, that meditative pose, thunderbolt. We want to experiment between tucked toes and untucked toes. Let's take our knees to the floor on the left, double leg spinal twist. Right arm opens to a T or come into cactus today. Oh my. Where do you notice the tugging on the right side of your body as you anchor those right nails? Keep the feet flexed and alive. And I can feel it deeply in my right hip and glute, so I'm just going to give a little massage while my body's in this position and my bones, my knees and hips are stacked. And then come back to center. Circles. My arms are still in cactus. Can we do this? No hands. Knees in tight, feet are flexed. Take those knees to the floor on the right. Double leg spinal twist. Big smile here. Back to center. Let's do it one more time. Over to the left. Double leg spinal twist, turn and look to the right. Back to center. One more time. Knees to the right. Oh, left shoulder. Maybe even take your right hand deep in the twist. And back to center. Come into, keep moving, little boat or egg beaters. Today, instead of relaxing my ankles, I'm trying to keep them flexed. See if that makes a difference. Take a moment, let the knees fall wide. Awesome. I also noticed that for the week or two that I didn't eat white flour, any joint discomfort went away. As soon as I started to feel sorry for myself because of the second lockdown and eat wheat again, any grains, I noticed all my knee, ankle, foot, any discomfort came back. So noticing these things about your body, it doesn't mean that you're in trouble or you're going to be punished by not being allowed to eat the wheat. It means you're taking care of what feels good in your body. Let's come into the setup for Happy Baby before we do our single leg spinal twist. I'm not going to come into full Happy Baby. I just want to see where are the knees and inner thighs at today. And then let's take right leg in. Flex the left foot to the sky and pull that right thigh in as deeply as you can, pressing lower back down. I could spend an hour like this. This feels great. And I'm going to slowly lower half. Pull that right thigh in again. Lower a little more. Pull that right thigh in again. And then slowly release that left heel down, pulling right thigh in. Having all this foot discomfort this weekend made me realize how much I didn't understand how a lot of my students have at least one foot that's a pain for them. And I didn't understand what you were going through, and it gave me a window into what that must be like to deal with that every day. I can't imagine. Left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. The good thing is the more that you practice yoga, keep that right foot flexed, left foot flexed, you become more and more the keeper of your own body and health and comfort. You're able to find ways to troubleshoot any discomfort. Option to take that leg out straight. Woo! Now I have my arms to a T, right foot flexed and hovering. We're getting this beautiful twist to the belly like a pepper grinder, but I'm also waking up the glutes. I'm squeezing the inner thighs together. That's helping the pelvic floor. And then back to the sky, thighs to chest, egg beaters. Left leg in, flex, right foot in the air, flex. Let's take a breath here, pressing the lower back down. I think of my right foot as a table. Inhale, one. Exhale, slowly lower that leg half and pause, pressing out through the heel. Inhale, one. Exhale, lower the leg a little more, keep the feet flexed. Inhale, two. Exhale, release the weight of that right foot to the floor and draw the left thigh in as deeply as you can. Right hand takes left knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to center. Oh, sorry. Keep it on left leg over. Option to straighten left leg, flex, and keep it hovering above, arms to a T. Back to center, knees to chest, egg beater or little boat. Let's pull our knees wide once more and pause, but this time keep the feet flexed. That's going to keep all the muscles in the body active instead of relaxing. I want it to be active and bringing blood flow to the hips, glutes, ankle. Coming into full Happy Baby or remaining at the setup level, hands behind the thighs. Option to come into full Happy Baby, grabbing the blades of the feet. Soles of the feet together. Pause. Option to bind. Some of you told me last week you're so happy you can bind now. That comes from two things. Could be arm length, but usually it's knee or hip flexibility, depending on how tight your body is. Maybe stay one more breath here. This is essentially the same pose as butterfly or bound angle, but we're on our back. So for some of us, this is a little easier. Releasing your feet to the mat, soles together, knees out to the side.
This time, walk your bum as close to your heels as you can. It's going to give you a deeper hip stretch. Press those soles together. Toe pads press together, ball of the feet press together, heels press together. What I notice is instantly a connection of the inner thigh, hip flexor muscles, all the way into your abdomen. Arms into cactus. We'll come to Franca's favorite goddess. Let's take 2 more breaths here because I love how intense this is. Inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. And inhale 3. Exhale. Close your legs. Woo! Thighs to chest. Feet in the air immediately. And let's flex our feet and watch how that immediately wakes up the hamstrings. And I want you to take your fingers and dig into those hamstrings. If you sat or stood a lot or even walked a lot this weekend, you're going to feel that in the hamstrings. Roll out the ankles, fan the toes. See, I don't think we've been doing this enough and my feet are telling me. I'm trying to wear Birkenstocks inside the house. I'm trying to use running shoes if I'm walking outside. Winter boots don't seem to provide that great of arch support. Now let the legs fall medium wide and continue to roll out the ankles. Maybe make fists and release, fists and release. We want to strengthen what's happening with the arches of the foot. We're going to go a little wider, fists and release, fists, and we call it a floinge. So it's a flex and a point. As I flex my feet with spread toes, there's a different muscular action happening. For me, I'm feeling in my inner thighs. And now you're going to let yourself go as wide as it feels good with a flexed foot. And I'm going to massage that tension on the inside, inner thighs, inner calves. And then let's close the legs. Let's keep right leg in the air, hands interlaced behind that leg. Left leg lowers. Massage the right leg. I can feel tightness in the calves. And I want to take my strap. We don't do this part enough. Instead of focusing just on the inner thigh stretch, let's pull down on the strap and press your heel to the sky. That's the stretch we don't do enough anymore. And my body is telling me. Pressing heel to sky, pulling the strap down. Option to stay here, or while this is intense, you're drawing little circles with the ball of the foot on the ceiling. Maybe start to stir it. So I broke down and bought a Fitbit my friend was selling. I used one many years ago, so long ago that when I put on the app, it said, you haven't been here since September 2015. I was like, oh my. And if anything, it's just to encourage me to be competitive with myself, to get off the couch, to minimum walk 10,000 steps a day. That was a number I researched that Japan set up as an initiative by podiatrists many years ago. And then World Health Organization researched and supported that 10,000 steps a day was really beneficial for your health. Grabbing that strap, both hands, slowly let's release that out. But I want you to keep the feet flexed. I really want this to be a different experience today. Not on autopilot. The flexed feet, 2 things. It's going to help our ankles and our feet. But it also, well, 3 things. It keeps me aware, and it also has all the muscles engaged. So instead of this being a loosey-goosey stretch, this is a totally different experience. Left arm out to a T, spread the fingers, anchor the nails. Let's take one more breath here in this intense opening stretch. And I'm going to take that leg to the sky. Once more, pull down the strap. 1 inch to the left and pause there. Oh my. And I can visualize Yana and some of you doing your IT band stretch. And then I'm going to take it a little deeper. Listen to the glute. Maybe a little deeper. Maybe a little deeper. Back to the sky. And let's draw circles again. One direction, then the other. And release. Gently bring that thigh back into your chest. Left leg joins it. Egg beaters. Feet in the air once more. Flex. Right leg's going to lower all the way down. It should feel nice and relaxed now. Massage the left leg on its own. Point and flex. Fan the toes. Roll up the ankle. Point and flex. Can you articulate each toe? Might get some cracks, and then we're gonna make a fist and spread, fist, spread. Let's take the strap to the ball of our foot. Remember, we're always avoiding the arch. It's a very vulnerable part of the body. It's not actually a tendon, it's a whole bunch of tissue woven together. Think of a tightly knit sock. So you can overstretch the arch of your foot, and as a result, also, because we don't tend to have footwear with enough arch support, that's where it collapses. Aging, loss of collagen as we age. So I'm going to pull down on the strap, and press my heel to the sky. Can you soften using your breath? Maybe smile, maybe close your eyes. You're softening amidst this intense stretch. Press the heel to the sky, toes to your face. If you need to micro bend your knee, that's okay. If you'd like to stir the leg. Let's point the flex, roll up the ankle again. Let's take the strap to the ball of the foot. Both hands on the left strap, left ankle, right hand holds the hip down. Flex, both feet flex, so that by flexing both feet, your experience is going to be different. You might not naturally open out as wide as you would like. Right arm to a T, palm turned up. So we have active feet, active hands, right ankle, right nails are anchored into the floor. One more breath, inhale. Exhale that foot to the sky, strap into the right hand, flex, 1 inch to the right, starting with there's the RT band. Option to go a little deeper. Option to go a little deeper or all the way over, your choice. Flex both feet, engage the belly. Back to the sky, get rid of the straps, thighs to chest, little boat, roll up those ankles. Quickly, let's do a shoelace, so right over left. You want to line up those thighs and knees, hands on opposite knees, and drawing the thighs into your belly. What's happening in the right glute or hip? Flex the feet, let's wake them up. Option to walk your hands down the leg or to the ankle, as long as the shoulders stay down. And some of you might be grabbing the blades of your feet. Keeps the shoulders down. Oh, I feel that super tight. Smile. Woo! And release, shake it out. Other side might be totally different. Left over right, line up the thighs. Pull the thighs in, flex. You may go a little deeper depending on your hip flexibility. Or you may be grabbing. How is the time going so quickly? And release, shake it out. Roll on your side and relax for a breath. Coming all the way up, let's come into, we're gonna quickly do this stretch. I want you to tuck your toes, and press back. Cat here. And then even lift your knees and put them back down again. I'm feeling this super intensely in my feet. And then slowly come up into a high downward dog and then come back down. Oh, and look forward. Up and down. One more up. This time can you drop just the right foot? Press it way down. And maybe step your left foot in. Woo! And then switch. Left foot down. Right foot can lift a little. You can press it in. And then coming into normal downward dog. Maybe widen your feet if you're able to get your heels down. And then we're going to lift them up and down a few times. And walking forward. Pause. Actually, let's do this. Knees are bent. Can you cross right over left? You may or may not be able to be in a forward fold here. And then switch. Left over right. Knees are slightly bent, but legs are pretty straight. And come back out. Wide arm rise up, exhale, fold, swan dive, half back, fold, plant, knees, lower down. Baby cobra, press back, downward dog. Pedaling, you're actually straighten your legs and press those heels down, heart presses towards your thighs. Oh, that's too intense. Some of you are going to lift the heels up. Right foot forward, left foot back. And I want to do a different thing. Instead of high lunge, I'm prepping for high lunge, but I want you to keep that left heel down. Oh! And rise up. Can we do this? And then straight. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Other side. This is just an experiment. Thanks for being flexible. Inhale up, exhale, fold, half back, fold, plant, come all the way down, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra, press back, downward dog. Option to drop the heels and press your heart towards your feet. Woo! Oh, that is super intense. Left foot forward, right foot back, press into that left front heel and rise. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Keep going. You're doing a good job. Monday morning and you're here. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. Oh, knees, heart between your hands, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra, or up dog. Down dog. Right foot forward, left foot back, rise up, hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. One last side. Inhaling up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold. I'm sure you guys are sick of looking at the side of me. Baby cobra or up dog. Down dog. Drop the heels, press the heart towards the feet. Left foot forward, right foot back. High lunge, but this time I'm trying to keep my back heel down. It's just a different variation. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. So, one pose that keeps coming up is supposed to be helpful for our feet. I don't know if you're able to see me. I'm going to come to the wall and one foot's going to be further back than the other. Actually, let's start with left foot back, right foot forward. I'm going to press that left heel down. Can you even see what I'm doing? I have no idea. Oh my gosh, so you're pressing that heel down. Oh, I can even walk it further back and then switch. So part of this issue is a right calf and Achilles stretch. Whew. Another one we've done, I'm going to show you using a thin book. Here's a thin book and here's a block. Same stretch. I'm going to take the ball of my left foot onto the book. My heel stays down. Some people do this on the stairs. We're doing it on a book. This is the subtle way. There's a not so subtle way using this block. Whew! Deep calf stretch. I'm supporting myself with the wall. Oh, lift your toes. Wow, that's even more intense. So you might find something between the thickness of this book and the thickness of this block. Okay, another variation, we did this earlier, is I'm going to come into, it's almost like doing awkward pose, but we're on the floor. Arms out, toes are tucked. I would like to stay here for 5 breaths, because this is really killing me. And sometimes that phrase, no pain, no gain, isn't a good thing to say, but today I need it. So this is deeply stimulating. Feet, inhale 1, exhale, inhale 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale, you can do it, 2 more, inhale 4, exhale, and inhale 5, exhale.
Next variation, untuck your feet, sit back. Some of us, this is enough, and some of us may go to the next level. I'm lifting both knees, stretching the front of my feet and my ankles, and looking slightly forward. And then come back out. Another pose called the garland, which is a variation of, it's a variation of a squat. Some people even call the squat pose a garland. So I'm gonna come down onto my heels. Not all of us are gonna do this. And my hands are in front of me. Ooh. Oh, and if I lean slightly forward, I get a really deep stretch down the Achilles, which is kind of where I need it to do. Here's the sole of your foot. The fascia runs from the heel through the arch. I think it roots towards the big toe. And so lots of things, specifically age and after 40, loss of estrogen and collagen can create a collapse and it's not being stretched properly. And like I said, if your feet wind up pointing in your sleep, which happens to a lot of flexible students, that's not helping with the fascia at all. We're just gonna take a few more breaths here. This is killing me. All in the name of helping our bodies. And I want to hear your feedback. Today was a very simple, gentle class. I just wanted you to be aware that you can fix, you can heal through food and movement. A lot of what's plaguing our body. This is killing my heel. And then, oh, come on out. Untuck, child's pose. So we're going to do our final, how are we for time? We're good for time. We're going to do our final reading. Let's take our positive, sweet, short ones. On this day that we celebrate Martin Luther King, a leader who believed that love could really push out all darkness, all hate. I encourage you to go and do some of your own research on Google or the History Channel about Martin Luther King. Oh, I think we had this one the other day. I think we had that one too. Okay. I think we had this one too, but I'm going to read it. I am willing to let love in. Open your arms wide and say, I am willing to let love in. It is safe to let love in. Make sure you think about that phrase a few times. It's saying at least 3 times throughout the day. Let love in. Let love in. Thank you so much for your effort. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.